I can see the tables that aren't sitting down. Come on, people. So every day, thousands of Australia's most talented researchers work in our universities to connect the dots, solve challenges and create opportunities. They bring us life-saving health advances, help us better understand our society and ourselves, and contribute to world-leading innovation and technological breakthroughs. So every year we invite young researchers, early career researchers, to pitch their story of research in a 1 to 2 minute video, quite a challenging and short period of time, clearly unpacking the problem or challenge and a possible solution. We received brilliant entries this year, as we do every year, and if you'd like to read more about all the entries, there's a brochure on your table with details of all the fantastic entries, and there were many of them this year. Tonight, I'm delighted to announce the successful winners of the Pitcher Clever competition in 3 unique categories. First off, there's the VC's Award, the Vice-Chancellor's Award, generously supported by The Conversation, and thank you very much to Misha Ketchell and The Conversation team. Judged by Vice-Chancellors, this award recognises the impact, clarity and creativity of the researchers' work. The successful winner will receive $3,500 in cash and a week-long, really importantly, a week-long internship at The Conversation, learning how they do their craft and an awful lot more. I'd like to thank this year's judges, Professor John Dewar, Geraldine McKenzie and Margaret Gardner. Thank you very much. It's quite a big task going through all of them and then having to make those very fine judgments. The second award is the UA Award. The winner is selected by Universities Australia, the team at Universities Australia, and recognises innovation and breakthrough ideas. The winner will receive $1,500 in cash. And the final award is one we really worked on this year, the People's Choice Award. The People's Choice voting system enabled the community to really get behind the research story they found of most impact for them. More than 9,000 people voted for their favourite entry, and more than 2.1 million people were contacted and interacted over the campaign period for that award. The winner will receive $1,000 in cash and an incredible amount of popular acclaim. So if I could welcome the Minister and John Dewar back to the stage to assist me in the glorious task of handing over the awards to our UA Oscar winners. And if you could welcome me in joining them to the stage. Nice little bit of applause, please. Lovely. So if we could have a little drum roll for the first award. Come on tables. So it's bad with that. Very nice. It is my great pleasure to announce the first award, the winner of the Vice-Chancellor's Award. The winner for 2022 is Kazi Yazin Islam from Edith Cowan University.
We have explored our lands. We are now exploring deep space. But how much do we know about our oceans? More than 70% of our planet is made up of water. Our oceans account for the most of it. Oceans that are home to thousands of plant and animal species. Oceans, the study of which can help us combat climate change. And yet, so little has been done to gain an understanding about the wonders buried underwater. The question is, why? One of the main reasons is that probing the underwater world is extremely challenging. It requires reliable communications and data transmission, which cannot be done as easily underwater as on land. Our Wi-Fis and cellular connections, which work so well on air, are silent underwater. One of the few ways of communicating underwater is how the whales do it, using sound. But transmitting data using acoustics needs a huge amount of energy, which we simply do not have enough of underwater. Moreover, sending data using acoustics is quite slow. We need something quicker and something that eats up less energy to build communication modules that can be carried around as easily as your mobile phones. We can use light. However, light does not provide the same coverage as sound. To tackle this problem, our research is looking into combining the best of both light and sound, a hybrid technique. Our technique allows faster wireless communications underwater and at the same time saves energy. Our results reveal that this hybrid technique can achieve the same underwater network coverage as standalone acoustics, with higher speeds and lower energy expense, which means we can build underwater networks in a sustainable way by reducing wastage. The hope is that our research will help unpack the mysteries of this unknown world at scale, and in doing so, expand our understanding about the pale blue dot we call home.
And I'd like to invite Misha Ketchell to the stage to accept the award on Kazi's behalf. Kazi is hard at work at Edith Cowan and couldn't unfortunately be with us tonight, a very dedicated young researcher. Misha is accepting on his behalf. Thank you, Misha. So the second award for the evening is the Universities Australia Award. Can I have another little drum roll, please? Come on, your table's better than mine. That's great. Thank you very much. The winner for the 2022 Universities Australia Award is Dr. Kristen Summer from Griffith University.
We are hurtling towards the future at the speed of light, and we're about to live in a brave new world somewhere between the Jetsons, Bicentennial Man, and WALL-E.
Okay, that's an over-exaggeration. We're a long way from super robot-enhanced futures, but we're not that far away from having a social robot in every classroom and home.
There are already social robots entering children's lives, but before we blindly leap into the hope that these robots can teach our children, we need to do the research first.
That's where my research comes in. I look at how children learn from social robots like now. Whoa, that's a lot of robots. 1 second. Much better. Where was I?
You were telling them about whether I can help small humans learn things.
Right, of course. So in my research, Now and I visit children with something to teach them. So far in my work, we've identified what's known as a robot deficit, because children learn a little bit worse from the Now than they do from me.
I did the best I could with the programming I have.
Of course you did. But that's why the next phase in my research is so important, because now that we know that there's a problem, we can start to figure out how to fix it.
Robots are limited by their programming and design, and kids are new to robots too. I'm exploring how robot design and programming affects children's learning.
Right about now, you're probably wondering, why does this even matter? Humans are great at the job already. But what if I told you we could design robots to support children and teachers in classrooms without replacing teachers? Because we're never going to do that.
What if robots could take the pressure off teachers so they can do the real hard human work? Can you imagine a world where robots help kids learn? Because I can, and so can my daughter.
So the final award for the night is the People's Choice Award. Drum roll, please. Come on, we've done it twice now. The winner of the People's Choice Award for 2022 is Nimal Saji Kumar.
With the advancement of civilization over the stone, bronze and iron, steel had become the most used and the most important engineering material in the world. Steel making is a $5 trillion industry with an annual production of 1.95 billion metric tons worldwide. However, for every ton of steel we produce, we make double the amount of carbon. And this is seriously impacting health of our planet. In this context, world is heading towards a direction of making steel using hydrogen. Developing an entirely new steelmaking industry using hydrogen requires huge capital investment, and this will escalate the cost of steel. In my research, working with Tata Steel Netherlands, we developed a mathematical model to understand the energy aspects of oxygen steelmaking process. Findings from our research shows that approximately 195 quadrillion joules of heat is lost during the process. And do you know, This is equivalent to the annual electricity consumption of the state of New South Wales in the year 2021. So, what's the solution? Currently, oxygen steelmaking industry uses 25% as the scrap input. However, there is unutilized energy which can melt 10% additional scrap, making it to 35%. Increased scrap has potential benefits and it makes the process more sustainable. So the question is, should we completely shift the focus to a new billion-dollar steel industry, or should we fine-tune the existing steelmaking process with increased scrap, making it more economically viable? Let's strive to meet the need of the hour sensibly and be more compassionate to our environment. Thank you.
Pascal Cuesta, Vice-Chancellor of Swinburne University, who accept on Nimal's behalf. He's very sorry he can't be here. He is in the Netherlands, which seemed a pretty good excuse to me. Thank you very much, colleagues. John, Minister, you can leave the stage now. So I always think the definition of a good function is terrific conversations and minimal formalities, and that's it for the formalities. Please do enjoy your desserts, continue having conversations. It's been a joy to see you all here, and we'll see you tomorrow at the conference.
Now, making payments is faster and easier than ever before. With CIBC's International Student Pay, your fees can be paid in your home or preferred currency from anywhere in the world in just a few clicks. And with a competitive locked-in exchange rate that only a global financial institution can provide, CIBC has you covered every step of the way. CIBC International Student Pay, the smarter way to pay for your studies abroad.